Alright, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about my first impressions with the Bushnell Elite 6500. This particular model is a 2.5 to 16x zoom with a 42mm objective and a 30mm tube. So this one I chose with the DOA Reticle. I'll go into that in a little more detail later. It comes with a sunshade. There. And it also then comes with these elastic scope caps. It's really a shame they don't make these clear, because that way at least, I might actually keep them on the scope. So I have put the Butler Creek flip-up scope caps. They're really worth every penny. I have them on all of my scopes. So the reason why I purchased this was that I recently also just purchased a Pika in 7mm Remington Magnum, and this is the scope I decided to put on it. And it was between this and the Vortex Viper. Ultimately, I went with this because of a couple of things. Number one is the weight. This scope weighs less than the Vortex Viper in the comparable model. I also chose it because of the rain guard coating on the lenses, which I mean, at least the idea of I really like. So it doesn't fog up on the outside, and if it rains or if water gets on the lens, the idea is that it doesn't really obscure your view. It's also argon purged inside. So here it says waterproof and 2.5 to 16 by 42, made in Japan. The zoom here, the zoom knob, it's a bit tight, but that's okay with me, because at least that way it won't be changing around. If I decide to have it on a fixed 6, it'll stay like that, and I don't really have to worry about it moving around. It's got the eye focus on the back here. With the scope caps, you can still turn it. So this scope cap here is a size 17, and then this one here is a size 30. The turrets is each click is 1/4 inch at 100 yards. So there, you can hear it a little bit. It's not too loud, but you can definitely feel the clicks. It's got a parallax adjustment from 10 yards, I believe, right? Yeah, 10 all the way to infinity. So now I'm gonna talk a little bit about the DOA reticle. It says it's good for out to 600 yards, and it's calibrated for certain ballistics, which they mention here in the manual, and I'll put these up in the description. But what's interesting is they mention here to go to this link on their website to view the complete list of cartridges and bullet weights. However,
so if you go ahead and take a look at the reticle here, you can see that here again it also says
I don't really know
600 yards, but in the manual they gave me it says 650 yards. Now for the the distance finder, the way it works is on the little tick marks as you go down. So 2, 3, 4, 500 yards. You see the horizontal lines. They have the 2 tick marks. Now, the whole length of the line represents 24 inches at that distance, which is the distance between the 2 ears of a mule deer. And the 2 tick marks, that's going to be 17 inches, which represents the distance between the ears of a white-tailed deer. I think this is kind of a interesting reticle design, to estimate distance, because that pretty much involves the deer looking at you. Granted, it could be looking away from you, but it's probably going to be looking at you. And I don't really want a deer looking at me because I might spook it. So I probably won't ever really use the distance finding on that, just because I have a rangefinder. But still an interesting feature. So
in terms of glass quality, great glass. MSRP on this thing is about $1,000. They usually sell the scopes in around the $700 range. Clear glass, great light transmission in low light conditions. I've just played around with it in my backyard a little bit. Good warranty. So I'm going to talk a little bit about their warranty on this particular scope. A lot of people, they like to go with the Vortexes because of their really good warranty. Now, when it comes to this particular scope, I'd say the warranties on both those are going to be about the same. So they say here they'll cover materials and workmanship. You don't need a receipt. You don't need to register. You don't need to register it. They will repair or replace it, and then where to send it to in the U.S. and for Canada. So you may, if you're thinking about getting a Vortex, you may want to rethink that and consider the Bushnell Elite 6500. But I haven't used it yet, so I can't say. So please subscribe and stay tuned for the full review on it. And I hope you enjoyed it.